There's something very wrong going on at Red Robin. It's very, very concerning me. There's something wrong going on with Red Robins. And I have decided today that it's time to say goodbye to Red Robins. I never thought I'd see the day where I would have to discontinue my patronage with Red Robins, but today I have decided that it's time. And I see after going online that the main location that I used to frequent in Cordova, Tennessee has permanently closed. To my surprise, I had no idea that they had closed. They were always so busy. So I'm wondering, has the company been struggling financially? Is bankruptcy in their future? What's going on with Red Robin? I had a horrible experience today when I went to their location in Collierville, Tennessee, about an hour ago or less, which caused me to resort to go to another restaurant that I'm very, very, very much getting sick and tired of. I went to Zaxby's instead of enjoying my meal at Red Robin's like I had been looking forward to since last week. But we'll talk about that in a minute. I called their guest relations line a while ago and had the displeasure of talking to one of the managers, Danielle. I can't believe Danielle. I can't believe Danielle. I still can't believe Danielle. Danielle was acting like she wasn't familiar with the state of Mississippi. I asked her what other locations they had available. And I was asking her what locations in Mississippi were available closest to the location in Collierville, Tennessee. And she kept on saying that she could not pull up any locations in Mississippi, Tennessee. I said, Danielle, I did not say Mississippi, Tennessee. It's no such thing as Mississippi, Tennessee. I said, are you familiar with the state of Mississippi, Danielle? And to the best of my recollection, Danielle said no. I said, Danielle, you can't be serious. You can't be serious right now, Danielle. I said, Danielle, something is wrong. Something is wrong. I didn't want to say to Danielle that I feel like somebody at the corporate office might need to run a drug test on her. But I said, something is wrong, Danielle. You're not familiar with the state of Mississippi and you're a grown woman. She said, I really don't want to correct myself or something like that, she said. I said, Danielle, I got to end this call because something is wrong. Something is wrong, Danielle. Oh, I had to end that phone call. I don't want to believe that Danielle is dumb as a box of rocks. But something is wrong. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But a lot of these restaurants have suffered a great decline as it relates to customer service ever since the pandemic started. And they haven't recovered. Something has happened to a lot of these people. And I'm wondering, is it the vaccine? Is it the side effects of the vaccine? Something is wrong with these people. And I wonder if I'm the only one that's noticing this. It's serious. It's serious. It's something is wrong. And I'm wondering, is it the vaccine? Is it the drugs? Is it side effects of the drugs? Is it demon possession? What is wrong with some of these people? Oh my God. And I'm having to get real familiar with cooking more and more and more at home. Well, at my house. I don't call it a home yet. For many reasons. But I digress. So I had to opt to eating a snack. It's not really a meal at Zaxby's. And I'm really sick and tired of Zaxby's because of the hood rat presence as it relates to their customer service. The hood rats have taken over the restaurants. And it's hardly not many choices left. I've even decided on starting to eating at some of these real high end restaurants. But I feel like they might be in there too. Especially now during tax season. Because they feel like they can go anywhere when they have some tax money. Or some any kind of government money, period. They go a lot of different places they wouldn't ordinarily go when the government give them a check. Which is very unfortunate to people like me. For people like me that don't really like being around hood rats. Mm. And speaking of hood rats, I have put together a whole list of places that I can no longer go because of hood rats. And the list is rather long. And for some reason, a lot of these hood rats love Walgreens. And I've been trying to figure it out. What is it about Walgreens that they love so much? Like the gas stations. And I've been looking around in Walgreens trying to figure out. And I don't even go to Walgreens that much because everything in there's too high. But it's something inside of Walgreens that these hood rats love. And I cannot figure it out. Just like the gas station. They love gas station. They love Walgreens. They certainly love Walmart. That's the mecca of hood rats. Walmart. And I almost can't go there no more. They're pushing me further and further away from Walmart. And today, before I embarked on my journey to go to Red Robin's, I was looking forward to Red Robin's, like I said, ever since last week. But the hood rats ruined that experience for me today. And I went to Walgreens before I went on my journey to Red Robin, and one of the hood rats with her wide back garbage ass got in my way. I was trying, it was raining real bad, and some hood rat was already moving, and I was trying to get ready to move in that spot to get closer to the entrance of the Walgreens, and a wide back garbage ass single mother hood rat bitch decided to just disrespectfully get in my way. Just got in my way. And she saw that I was trying to get in that spot clearly. Clearly. Clearly saw me trying to get in that spot. And I said, then there she is with a child on the passenger seat, teaching her child how to be a disrespectful motherfucker just like her. And it's probably gonna be the only thing besides sucking dick and begging for free shit that she'll be able to teach her child. Like most of hood rat bitches. And have babies by a loser. and depend on the government for everything they need. And they'll be the main ones talking about we need to stick together. We need to unify. We need to build each other up instead of tearing each other down. Black Lives Matter. Contradicting garbage motherfuckers. They cursed. And that's why the hair won't grow. That's why they can't get blessed. That's why most of these guys don't stick around. That's why none of these guys want to go down on them between their stinking ass, garbage ass legs. Okay? That's why they got to do the licking and ain't nobody licking on them. And on and on and on. But I digress. Back to Red Robin's. I went to Red Robin's today, earlier, about an hour or so ago. And I was so excited about it, right? I was so excited about it. Because, like I said, I was looking forward to going since last week. And there go a hood rat nigga, a dude with that hairstyle, with that hat, you know how they wear the hair all over the head. He looked like a half breed standing up there. He was in charge, I guess, of seating everybody when they come through the door. And it was a black dude already exiting the establishment, the restaurant, when I was coming in. It was raining. And I was trying to get my umbrella down. And I told him the black dude that was coming out, he was gonna hold the door for me. And I told him that he could come on out because I had to get myself together before I went in. And he kind of laughed and went on out the door. So it was a fat black woman in front of me with some leggings on, and I was thinking, oh, she look a mess. Oh, she looked so sloppy and disgusting in them leggings. And I noticed that the black dude, the employee of Red Robin's, he went ahead and set her. And I remember because I kept on looking at her legs and thinking how disgusting she was looking. I remember her clearly being seated right away. And she kept on looking back at me like we was together. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, you got to watch these slick lesbians. She might have been checking me out like a dude, would check a woman out. I don't know what the issue was. But anyway, she got seated. And so I'm thinking, okay, I'm next, right? I'm next. So when the dude came back, he messing around at the desk and things. And I'm like, now what the F? Why is he messing around at the desk? And then I heard somebody coming inside behind me, and I heard them little children. They were so loud. I said, oh hell. I knew it was some hood rats, a whole family of hood rats. And I turned around and looked at all them plaits and things on their head. I can't stand that hairstyle that a lot of these hood rats wear nowadays. That's real popular. They even had their children wearing that shit on their head, and it looks a mess. Just look like some wildebeest, a family of wildebeest. Why do y'all wear y'all hair like that? It's so ugly. And then some of the guys have it all in their eyes and standing around mumbling. They don't even talk anymore. They can't even put together a sentence. They just mumble, whispering and mumbling and carrying on with that shit all over their head and all in their eyes. I can't stand it. Oh my God. So I said to myself, I sure hope I don't get seated next to them with all this noise. And all of a sudden, the hood rat half breed employee of Red Robin's, a young dude in his 20s, looked like, he telling the hood rat family to come on and follow him. I said, wait a minute. I said, we're not next. He said, no, they was next. I got to seat them. I said, what do you mean they was next? I said, I was behind that woman that you just said. And he said, well, they was here first. I said, how was they there here first? And I was clearly after the woman that you just seated. So he didn't say nothing. He just brushed me off and went ahead and seated the family of hood rats with plaques all over their head. I was like, wow, really? Really? And it had me so upset that it drew tears to my eyes. It was a disrespect. I was very offended by that. And I'm like, wow, hood rats being seated before me. Hood rats being considered before me. But this is the time that we are in nowadays. This is the time. This is the time. Whew. This garbage ass dude. I can't even sit in the parking lot in peace no more. Here goes a garbage ass dude done came in behind me. And when I see him coming, I go the other fucking way. I go the other fucking way. When I see them motherfuckers gathering in behind me in these parking lots, I go the other way. The fuck is you coming and gathering in behind me for? This big ass parking lot. These diabolical motherfuckers. I mean, the energy is so intense. It's like they can smell the godly people. It's like they can hear the godly people wherever we are. Ooh, they need to get closer to us. They need to get closer by any means necessary. And they go out of their way to get closer to us. Because they got a plan. They got a plan in mind, you see. Let me show you. Where is it back there? Where is it back there? I don't know why. I don't know why. Where is it back there? There you go. There you go back there. I don't know what's going on with my phone. There you go back there. Do y'all see him? With the lights on back there. Do y'all see him? I don't know what's going on with my phone. Lord have mercy. It looks blurry. Okay, there you go. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. Came and parked right in behind me. As big as this fucking parking lot is. I mean, the parking lot is gigantic. I'm not saying that I own the parking lot, but why would he come and park directly in behind me? You gotta watch it. You gotta watch these motherfuckers because some of them are part of this human trafficking and sex trafficking and child trafficking and all this other stuff, carjacking and things. They're very hungry. The diabolical community. They're very hungry right now. They thirsty for blood and things. Ooh, and then look, most of them they drive the stuff like that. See, that's got a lot of room in the back. They want to put some wide backs, some little children and things in the back of their vehicles. That's why they drive stuff like that with a lot of room, a lot of carriage in the back. You see, they very rarely drive cars unless they're gonna carjack or rob you. Most of the time, when they want to do some child sex and human trafficking, they drive stuff like that. There's a lot of room in the back and things. Put the ropes and the handcuffs and things in there. You see, yeah, you gotta watch them. And they stay busy around the clock. Just driving, driving, driving. They keep gas in their car and things. Just drive, drive, drive. Just Satan just keeps them busy all the motherfucking time. But they're going to have a hard time. I'm not saying they're not going to get me. But they're going to have a hard time getting me. Look, he done gave up. He done gave up. He better give up and go on and try somebody else. Because they're going to have a hard time putting my wide back in their car, in their van or whatever they're driving and things. Let me see, which way did it go? Which way did it go and things? Yeah, he better try somebody else. He better get somebody else to do it. Because I'm on high alert at all times. I can do my live and talk to y'all and look around at the same time and things. I'm always aware of my surroundings. Yeah, you gotta always multitask. And I be watching everything while I'm talking at the same time. Yes. You gotta be on high alert. Because the devil and his diabolical demons are busy in this earth right now. They so busy. So us, the people of God, we gotta be busy too. We can't let the satanic people and Satan out busy us. We gotta get busy too. We gotta get more busy than they are. We can't let them out busy us. No. Yeah, that's why they don't go to sleep. That's why they can't go home. Because they on assignment by the devil. I got an assignment too. I got an assignment by God. And I'm determined to understand my assignment. Just like they understand their assignment by Satan. I'm gonna complete my assignment too. Yeah. And the difference is I'm gonna get me some sleep and I'm gonna win. Ooh. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, at Red Robin today in Collierville, Tennessee. I went out of my way to go into the suburbs to the Red Robins. I thought going into the suburbs, I would have a greater chance of enjoying myself hood rat free. I wanted to have a hood rat free meal, dining experience. And I'll be doggone. The place is packed with hood rats because it's tax season, right? And the hood rats, they go, like I said, so many places they wouldn't ordinarily go because a lot of them can't afford to go to these places, right? If they don't have any government money. So, you know, I was really upset about being disrespected like that. Okay, I was so disrespected. And it made me cry. It was a disrespect. It wasn't that somebody getting in front of me and they gonna eat first and all that kind of stuff. I'm still being afforded the opportunity to be seated, but it's the fact that I'm being disrespected and I don't appreciate it. Okay, the hood rats have gone too far. And they try to do stuff in your face. I'm sick of them playing in my face, okay? They try to do stuff in your face and then try to make it look like it's not what it is. And I asked to speak to the manager. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be a black Karen today. Okay, I'm the one that's gonna ask to speak to the manager. Okay, and I'm not gonna stop right there. I'm not gonna stop right there. Since the hood rest don't have a limit as it relates to being disrespectful and out of order, I don't have no limits either on correcting them in their error. Oh yeah, that's an error when you disrespect me. That's a great error. And I never thought I'd see the day where I would have to see hood rats being given preference over me. Clearly, I was there before the hood rat family. Okay, the hood rat family. Okay, it was that same guy that was exiting the restaurant when I was going in, and he was gonna hold the door for me. It was his family. So apparently, I don't know if he had made some reservations. Last time I checked, you didn't have to make reservations at Red Robin. It's not like it's a 5 or 10 star restaurant. Okay, last time I checked, you didn't have to make no reservations. And when I spoke to the manager, she said, well, maybe they was on the waiting list. I said, oh, it's a waiting list? She said, yeah, it's a waiting list. I said, well, the woman in front of me didn't wait. She came right in with them big legs and she got seated. Yeah, I was watching her legs. That's how I remember she got seated. She said, well, maybe she got see, they try to make accommodations, excuses for the hood rats. They try to defend each other. And she said, well, maybe, and she was a hood rat herself. The manager, she was a black hood rat. And she said, with a wide back. And she said, well, maybe she got seated at the bar. I said, no, she did not. I watched her big legs. She went and got seated right over there. There she is. And I pointed her out. I said, there goes those leggings right over there. She got leggings and big legs. She's not at the bar. She's right over there. And oh, it made me so mad. Okay, it's adding insult to the injury. Okay, it's adding insult to more insult. She trying to make excuses for the half breed nigga who's working the situation in the favor of the hood rats. She's saying, oh, maybe she got seated at the bar. No, the motherfucker didn't, because I watched her go get seated at that little bitty table with her big ass. She could barely fit in that little bitty table because her legs were so fucking big. And oh, she didn't know what to do with that. Since she clearly, she thought I didn't see the woman. I saw the woman. I saw the woman. She got big ass legs and them leggings. She looked a mess. And I was thinking to myself when she came through the door, oh, she looked a mess because she was standing right in front of me. I said, she looks a mess in them leggings. Yes, I remember the woman. And she got seated before I did. She was right in front of me. And I saw where he sat her at, that little bitty table that she could barely fit. Yeah, I saw her. And that woman, she wasn't expecting me to remember the woman. I remember her. I see where she's sitting. I'm pointing to her right now. And so now this is creating a really, really tight situation for her, the manager. So now it's making it hard for her to make excuses and run defense for the half-breed hood rat employee with the hair all over his head, who's clearly out of order and being disrespectful to me. Why don't you just say that that's your buddy and you gonna sit him and his family, okay, and just say, fuck me, I gotta wait and get in where I fit in. Because that's clearly what it is. And I got a problem with it. Okay, I got a big problem with it. The hood rats don't went too far. And see, y'all been letting them do what they want to do. And they don't have no limits to how far they will go. They go in these restaurants, they go in these jobs, they go everywhere with that same energy, doing what the fuck they want to do. And I'm not gonna tolerate it. I'm not gonna tolerate it when it comes to me. I got some standards, and I feel like we need some order, okay? And I'm not gonna accept nothing less. Now y'all do what y'all want to do with them, and let them do what they want to do to you. But when it comes to me, in mine, I demand respect. And if I don't get respect, it's a problem. We got to move some tables and get some understanding, okay? And I ain't gonna never stop talking till I get good and satisfied, okay? And in order to not hear my mouth, don't start the disrespect. It's just as simple as that. If you don't disrespect me, and I won't disrespect you, and everybody gonna be fine, okay? But otherwise, you're gonna have to hear my mouth. Yes. So, that's what led me to talk to Danielle. And I still can't believe that Danielle is as dumb as she sound like she is. I can't believe that Danielle, when I asked her on the phone, what locations do you have closest to the Collierville, Tennessee location in Mississippi? She was looking on her map and she said, oh, I can't find a place in Mississippi, Tennessee. Mississippi, Tennessee! Ain't no such thing as Mississippi, Tennessee. Last time I checked, I've been look, I didn't graduate school, but I went far enough to understand there is no such place as Mississippi, Tennessee. Correct me if I'm wrong. This dumb motherfucker said Mississippi, Tennessee. Oh, the dumb community just don't stop being dumb. Damn. But they sure know how to suck some dinglings and get some meth in their mouth and all these other drugs. Oh my God. I miss the America that used to master in brain cells and being intelligent. But now being dumb is so fucking cool. Dumb is the new smart. I would be so embarrassed to let anybody know that I was that fucking dumb. Damn! Mississippi, Tennessee, really? Hello, Brandon. Brandon! Ah, Brandon, help me out. Where is Mississippi, Tennessee? Is it such the Brandon? Maybe it's a new place. Maybe it's a new place. You know, things have changed a whole lot. Is it a such place as Mississippi, Tennessee, Brandon? Maybe I'm the one that's dumb, Brandon. Help me out, Brandon, please. Brandon, I was trying to find a location for the Red Robins after my terrible experience today at the Collierville, Tennessee location, whereas I was disrespected by a half-breed nigga with hair all over his head that works for Red Robin. He seated a family of hood rats and just disregarded me, and I was clearly next, Brandon. So I decided, well, I'm going to have to pick another location because the other location in Memphis has permanently closed, probably because of stealing and all that crime that has infested that area that used to be really, really nice. And I saw today online that it's permanently closed. I can't believe it. I don't know if they have money problems or what. Maybe they're going to have to close the whole company and file bankruptcy. I don't know what's going on with Red Robins, but something is clearly going on with Red Robins. I used to love Red Robins, and I never thought I'd see the day where I have to discontinue going to Red Robins. But it looks like Red Robins is about to be a thing of the past all over this area. But I was trying to find another location to start going because clearly, you know, there's no other options for me in this area. So I called the guest relations line and I asked to speak to the manager, Danielle. And I asked her, what locations do you have in Mississippi that's closest to the Tennessee, Collierville, Tennessee location? And she said, well, I can't find, she looked on her map and she said, I can't find any place in Mississippi, Tennessee. I said, Mississippi, Tennessee? It's no such place as Mississippi, Tennessee, to my knowledge. And she kept on saying it over and over and over again. Mississippi, Tennessee. It's no such a, and I said, Danielle, you can't be serious. You can't be serious right now, right? I said, something is wrong, Danielle. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it, but something is clearly wrong. And I don't think it's me. I think it's you, Danielle. I don't want to accuse Danielle of being under the influence of drugs, but so I'm just going to say that it might be the influence of Satan. Okay. It's clearly no such thing as Mississippi, Tennessee. It is terrible, Brandon. Brandon. Brandon, I gotta run away myself. I didn't know you used to stay in Afghanistan, Junior, Brandon. Brandon, I'm thinking about just packing whatever I need in my car and just moving and just driving and just drive until I get satisfied and I find a place and I'll just be a vagabond. Okay, I just camp out in my vehicle until I figure it out. I gotta get away from this, Brandon, because I don't want it to rub off on me. And I become one of them, Brandon. Something is happening to this people, Brandon. Brandon, something is happening. I feel like, you know, in some of those movies, they've already made a movie. You know, some of these movies come true and become reality. Okay, Brandon. Brandon, I think they've already made a movie like this where something happens to the people and then it's like one person that it doesn't affect and they're normal and everybody else is fucked up. And then all the fucked up people start coming after the one that's normal because they realize that you're the only one that's not fucked up. And then maybe, Brandon, they'll try to kidnap me and force me to become one of them by injecting me with some of the shit that they've already been injected with. Brandon, I'm standing out. I'm standing out, Brandon. I think I'm the only one that's normal. Okay? I'm standing out, Brandon, like a sore thumb. I'm the only one that don't have that look in my eyes like the rest, and I see that they are noticing, Brandon. They're giving me a look. A lot of these motherfuckers are giving me a look, and I think they might be able to smell that I'm regular. Okay, the energy is so intense, Brandon. Okay, I think the ones that's fucked up can smell me and smell the normal on me. Okay, maybe I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's the vaccine, the side effects of the vaccine. And maybe the ones that's got the vaccine, they got a certain smell on them, and then they can smell me and smell that I'm still smelling normal. And Brandon, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do, but I'm gonna have to run away and find an undisclosed location because I feel like the time is coming where the ones that's normal, we're gonna be in big trouble because they're gonna seek us out, Brandon. They're gonna do something to us and try to make us into one of them. And I don't want to surrender my normal. Okay? I don't want to surrender my normal. I just don't want to surrender my normal. I have no intentions of surrendering my normal, Brandon. And I feel like I'm going to get kidnapped, Brandon. And they're going to force me to be injected and become one of them. Whew. Oh, I'm so afraid that I'm not afraid, because God did not give me the spirit of fear. He gave me the spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. But I'm nervous, Brandy. I'm nervous that I might get kidnapped and be forced to become one of them. Oh, I would be so ashamed to let anybody know that I was that dumb, though. Mississippi, Tennessee, ain't no such place as Mississippi, Tennessee. And Brandon, she is a manager. How can you be a manager and be that dumb, Brandon? Oh, I thought managers had to take some type of test, and agility test, a psychological test, some kind of test to prove that they was qualified to be a leader. Okay, how can you be a leader and be that dumb, Brandon? Damn. Oh my God. See, if this was the 80s or 90s, she would be shamed out of her position. But nowadays, Brandon, you are allowed to be dumb and proud and wave the dumb ass person flag. That's a problem, Brandon, but it's not a problem in this society because it's cool to be dumb as a box of rocks in this society. Nobody ridicules you when you're dumb. You used to get ridiculed when you were dumb back in the 80s and 90s, but now it's acceptable to be a dumb motherfucker. Forgive me, Lord, for cussing. In this new society, you see dumb all over the place, and nobody blinks an eye. Oh, it's just sad. I never thought I'd see the day when being dumb would be okay. It's cool to be a dumb motherfucker. Forgive me, Lord, for cussing. Oh, I'm so glad that I'm not dumb. I don't even want to be dumb. But you can make a lot of money being a dummy. Yeah. Uh, you can be a personality, a social media personality. You can be so many things as a dummy in this society. You don't need brains at all. Yeah. But anyway, I have to say goodbye to Red Robin's. And I think it's only so long. Maybe a couple of their restaurants might remain open, but I see bankruptcy in their future. I just don't see that they're going to last. And I never thought that this location would close, the one that's in the city over there in that crime infested area that used to be really, really nice over there in Cordova. Cordova used to be Brandon. Cordova has, oh my God. I can't believe it. But Cordova is nothing like it used to be, Brandon. Cordova is hood rat city. Oh my God. much crime going on over there. Carjacking. People's talking about they get carjacked at the doctor's office, at the grocery store, at Walmart. Yeah, and you know what? Who the carjackers are, Brandon? Niggas, garbage ass niggas. I don't never hear nobody say that they get carjacked by a white person or Indian person or Chinese person or a Mexican person. Every time they say they get carjacked, it's always a nigga that did the carjacking. But nobody wants to talk about the problem because they give them a pass for being black because they feel like, oh, they never had a daddy. Oh, they grew up poor. They grew up in a single family. Oh, Black Lives Matter. So they get a pass for being roguish. Okay, they get a pass for killing. They don't want to hold them accountable because they're black. They feel like they can get a black pass to do whatever the fuck they want to do, including sitting a group of hood rats and just overlooking me at Red Robin's today. I don't appreciate it at all. And then the manager with her wide back ass, she gonna ask me, "Oh, do you still want to be seated? Can I help you be seated somewhere else?" I said, "No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I do not want to eat in here after I got disrespected. I want the problem corrected. No, 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 absolutely not. I do not want to eat in here behind that disrespectful situation. No, I already supposed to be seated." But instead, a whole family of hood rats with them plaques all over their head, looking like wildebeest, a family of wildebeest, they done got seated before me. Oh, the disrespect. Hood rats getting more respect than me. A civilized child of God. How disrespectful. But I'm not surprised because this is the devil's domain, Brandon. The earth is the devil's domain. You know, he was kicked out of heaven. Remember, he was kicked out of heaven. I can't believe I left my Bluetooth on. And my audio is probably sounding fucked up. But anyway, we're going to go on with it. I forgot to turn the Bluetooth off. But anyway, yeah, Satan's punk ass got kicked out of heaven, right? So, and a couple of the fallen angels got kicked out with him. And I think they started fucking humans on the earth. That's why we got so many strange motherfuckers on the earth looking at me and looking at me like I'm the one that's fucked up, but it's really them. And you know, he wanted to take over in heaven, so God kicked him out of heaven, and his stupid ass came down to the earth trying to take over and run things and do like he wants to do. So now the same spirit is present, okay, and they've been allowed to just run around and do what they want to do for so long. They done took it a step further. You know, you give them an inch, they take a mile. They don't know when to put a limit and put a cap on doing what they want to do. They just keep going and going and going and going and going. And the more they get away with, the more they do. Oh, yeah. So hell no. I don't want to go back over there. After that disrespectful episode, no. That disrespectful episode, that really drew tears to my eyes. It was a disrespect. Putting hood rats before me, a family of them. Gonna sit them down before me. And I was clearly there before them. Look, let's analyze the situation. Okay, the man, he was coming out as I was going in. I'm thinking he's solo dolo. I'm thinking he just done ate his meal. He coming on up out of there. But no, he went outside to get his family. I guess he left him in there because left him outside in the car because it was raining. Okay, that's their fucking problem. If they didn't want to get wet, I don't know why they don't want to get wet. They got that hair all over their head, plaited all up. It ain't like the rain gonna mess their ugly ass hairstyle up. If anything, it make it look better. And and then it look all dry. Why does it always looking dry when they have it twisted all up on their head like little toddlers? I can't stand that hairstyle. I'm telling you the truth. It hurts my soul. And okay, look, it's already dry. The rain will put some moisture in that shit. Okay, so anyway, okay, they out there in the car. He didn't want them to get wet. So seems like to me, they got to get in where they fit in when they come inside, Brandon. I shouldn't have to be put on pause because this family is coming from outside sitting in their car. I don't give a fuck how long they've been sitting outside. They gotta come in and get in where they fit in, Brandon. I was there before them. That's not right, Brandon. If you want to go out, Brandon, if you want to come and then you want to take your family inside, Brandon, okay, y'all sit outside is 1 hour, 2 minutes, 30 minutes, or however long y'all want to. But when you go inside, Brandon, you got to understand, you got to get in line, Brandon. You got to get in line. You can't come in and cut the line, Brandon. But see, he done made friends with the half breed nigga with his hair all over his head on the inside that work for the place. So when he come in with his family, Brandon, oh, they give each other the look, they give each other the eye. So he gonna make accommodations for the boy because he already been in there. That's not how that's supposed to go, Brandon. That's not how that's supposed to go. They out of order. They are clearly out of order. Yeah, they out of order. And then when I asked to speak to the manager, the half breed nigga with his hair all over his head, he gonna keep on cutting his eye over me, cutting his eye over there at me, cause he knew I was getting ready to tell on him. I damn sure am, sir. I'm gonna tell on your ugly ass. I sure am. Your half breed ass is out of order. I'm gonna tell on you. And see, they used to just shitting on other black people, and we just take it, cause we black. We gonna let each other do what we want to do, right? If I was a white woman, he wouldn't have did me like that. So don't do me like that as a black woman. Just because you used to not respecting other black people. No, no, no. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Yeah, they used to disrespecting another black person, so just disregard me. We're gonna do what we want to do. And you know damn well if I was a white woman, he wouldn't have did me like that. He know he wouldn't have did me like that. Ugh. Oh my God. I'm still heated about that. Uh, yeah, that shit was disrespectful like a motherfucker. Woo! I'm still heated about that. Especially considering how I was looking forward to eating at Red Robin today. Since last week. I had planned it since last week. And then here we go with the hood rats in my fucking way. I never thought I would have to deal with them with the bullshit over there in Collierville. But you know what? They done took over and saturated and migrated over there to Collierville. I'm noticing that. And no matter how high Collierville raise they rent and houses and everything, that don't stop these niggas. They going wherever they want to go. Yeah, in 2023, there is no limit to where they will go. You can't raise the prices on your shit high enough. Forgive me, Lord, for cussing. Because you got to remember, they scamming. They stealing. They not paying their full weight no way. They going to find a way around the price, the full strength of the price, regardless. They master and scamming. Huh. So they don't give a fuck if you raise the price or whatever you want to raise it to. Okay? They still gonna scam and find a way to get in there. Whatever it is. They don't care. They used to work way back in the 30s and the 50s and the 60s. You raise the rent where they couldn't afford it, and that would keep them away from your neighborhood. That shit don't happen. It don't work no more. It don't work anymore. Their asses are determined to follow us wherever we go. And I'm sick of moving. I'm sick of moving to get away from them. I'm tired of moving to get away from them. But I have figured out they don't like cold climates. I don't either. But I might have to go where it's real cold. And maybe even to the North Pole. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go where it's real cold. And they don't like mountains either. I like mountains. So I'm gonna have to find somewhere where there's a lot of mountains and very cold. Yeah. They don't like the desert either. So maybe I can go either to the desert or where the mountains are, closer to the mountain cap, where a lot of cold weather is. That's the only remedy that I can think of. But they love places where it's real warm. I noticed that about them. See, you got to pay attention. They got more and more characteristics. The more I monitor and observe them, I'm noticing they got more and more characteristics of Satan, the one that they serve. And see, Satan, he comes from hell. He's a hell hound, and it's hot in hell. That's why the niggas love where it's hot at. Yeah, and they kill, steal, and destroy everywhere they go, just like Satan that they serve. Yes. And I was talking to somebody today, somebody that can't stand, another black man that can't stand for me to talk about the niggas. He one of them type of people. And every time I get started on the telephone, he always says, "Let me call you back. Let me call you back. Let me call you back. I got another call. I got another something to do. I got something to do. Let me call you back." Yeah, every time I get started talking about these niggas on the telephone with him, he got an excuse to get off the telephone. And every time he call me back, I get started right back where I left off at. And I ain't gonna never stop talking about them and telling the truth on them until they improve. And they ain't gonna never improve, so I ain't gonna never stop talking about them. And I was telling him before he made an excuse to get off the telephone. I said, "Look at the characteristics of them. Everything about them is like the devil. Ain't nothing godly about them. Name me one thing that's godly about them. You take your time. Take your time, as much time as you need. Tell me one thing that's godly about them. One thing. And do you know that he could not name one thing that's godly about them? Not one thing he could tell me that's godly about them. Everything is diabolical about them. The niggas, everything is diabolical. Yeah, that's why the bitches hair won't grow. That's why they can't. That's why they curves. That's why they can't keep a fucking man. That's why. Oh, I can just go down the list. Yeah, and I don't want to. I don't want to have nothing to do with them, but they want everything to do with me. Look how they follow me all over YouTube. Look how they follow me all over the internet. But they say I'm not this, I'm not that. But the motherfuckers are obsessed with me. I blocked they bald-headed, rotten pussy ass, and they keep on coming right back, like the roach motherfuckers that they are. Follow your biological father, bitch, and find out who's responsible for creating trash like you, bitch. Okay, stop following me, bitch. You garbage, bitch. I can't stand you ugly motherfuckers. Okay, raggedy, rundown bitch. I can't stand you ugly motherfuckers. Losers. Losers of America. Okay. I talk about you garbage bitches. That's not an invitation for you to come here on my page. Okay. For somebody, for somebody that don't like me, you roach motherfucking niggas sure do follow me the fuck out of me. Okay, but you want everybody to think that you don't like me and I'm the loser when in actuality you the motherfucker that's the loser and nobody likes you, bitch. Okay, that's the truth of the matter. And see, they're allergic to the truth. Okay, but I'm still gonna tell the truth. Regardless of what they like. I don't even like them. So who gives a fuck about what they like? Matter of fact, don't nobody like them. Okay, they don't even like themselves. Because if they did like themselves, they would be better people. Okay, they wouldn't even be destroying themselves like they do. They intentionally get up every day and say, "I'm gonna do something to harm myself." Who does that? If you like yourself and you love yourself, you're not gonna bring harm to yourself. You're not gonna intentionally hook up with another loser. Okay, they don't have nothing to offer, and both of y'all don't have nothing to contribute to society. And then you build a whole family of losers that don't, and failures that don't contribute a damn thing but does to America and the world. Okay, you gotta love yourself more than that. Okay, and then you want somebody to embrace you, bitch. No, bitch, I reject you. Okay, perpetually. I'm going always and forever. Infinity to infinity and back. Reject you. You rejected, bitch. Why don't you say rejected and blocked and just ugh. But anyway, as I say, I'm so glad that I'm not like them. Thank you, God. Woo! Mm. And they want to get closer and closer to me, and I don't want nothing and nothing to do with them. Never, ever, ever, ever. Woo! Thank you, God. I'm not like the diabolical community. Mm. Yes. So, Brandon, as you were saying, Brandon says, yes, Brandon, that's so sad. Brandon says you will just have to travel out of town to another location, unfortunately. Yes, you're right, Brandon. They are out of order for that. Yes, they are, Brandon. They're out of order. Yes. Hmm. Yeah, Brandon. When we're a child of God, we stand out, and I'm not gonna apologize for standing out. I was created to stand out, not fit in. So, mm, that's quite fine with me to stand out. Okay. Uh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on, Brandon. Wait a minute, Brandon. Hold on. Damn. Okay. Now, yes. Here today. Hello, Shaniqua James. Um, Common Miss Ross, you said, I hope you got my email and address the issues laid forward. What is, no, I didn't get your email. I really don't, I don't, let me say this, who is this calling Miss Ross? Miss Ross, I don't know you. And I do not, I've said this so many times, I do not open emails from strangers, okay? Okay? I have more trolls on my page than real subscribers and real supporters. So unless you have changed your name, call me Miss Ross. No, I have not received your email and I have not opened your email and I will not consider your email. I only give my attention to my real subscribers and real supporters. I do not accept emails from random people who might be a troll. Okay? So, I don't know why you send me an email and what issues you may have for me to address, but they will not be considered because I do not fuck with random people, okay? You have to be a real subscriber and a real supporter. And last time I checked, I haven't seen your name on my Cash app, okay? Those days of using me and replacing me with Dear Abby are over. I'm not going to give any free advice or counseling sessions. What's your name? Call me Miss Ross. I'm not gonna do that. No, 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 no. Y'all are not gonna be using me. Call me Miss Ross. No, no, no. So if you want my attention, send me a cash app, Miss Ross. $ Carmen Kaboom. I'm not doing no work for free. Okay, I'm not doing no counseling for free. I'm not gonna be reaching out for free, Miss Ross, and you can't be reaching out to me, okay, if you're not a real subscribe and a real supporter. Okay, get somebody else to do it, Miss Ross, because you're not going to be using Miss Kaboom, okay? No, ma'am, y'all done got these income tax checks. Y'all done got these stimulus checks. You done got these PPP loans. You done got, what else you done got? Free food stamps, extra food stamps 4 times. They gave you extra food stamps 4 times, and a lot of y'all sold those for drugs, okay? And child tax credit checks. Y'all don't get a whole lot of money, but you don't want to send nothing to my cash app. So with that being said, I don't have nothing to give you, Miss Ross. Okay, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Just sit on my channel. If you're gonna come to my channel, just listen and watch. You don't get no extra, Miss Ross. No, ma'am. You gotta pay your dues. All right. So with that being said, just sit down and be quiet, Miss Ross. Don't say nothing. I'm gonna do all the talking, Miss Ross. Okay, Miss Ross, you're not allowed to come over here and do no constructive criticism, especially when you could not construct nothing. You're tearing everything down, Miss Ross. You and your cat, and you probably a troll who I've already blocked, and now you want to come over here under a new disguise. With that being said, you're running your mouth too much. You're running your fingers and your paws too much on your keyboard, Miss Ross. With that being said, I consider it all disrespect. Goodbye, bitch. Goodbye. Let me block your garbage ass. I don't want to hear nothing that you got to say. You better not send me no motherfucking email, bitch. Send your garbage ass mammy the email, bitch. You're not allowed to contact me, bitch. Okay? I don't give a fuck about your email. I sure don't. And I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about the hole that you popped out of, Miss Ross. Tell your mammy, bitch. I'm tired of y'all trying to use my creative brain because your mammy won't talk to you and your mammy ain't taught you nothing. Don't come over here asking me my advice about nothing, bitch. I'm not gonna raise your overgrown ass and give you no kind of knowledge for free. Don't send me no motherfucking email, bitch. I'm not gonna tell you a motherfucking thing. I'm not gonna bounce around no ideas with your garbage ass. Not for free. Hit the cash app, bitch. Don't send me no email. I done told you hard-headed motherfucking niggas. I don't fuck with you motherfuckers. But you're hard-headed. You're hard-headed. You want to do, hood rat bitch. You want to do what you want to do. No, bitch. Not over here, you won't. Not on my watch. Not on my motherfucking page. You gonna do what I say. Not what you want to do, bitch. Okay? It's hard to get y'all out of this spirit of do what you want to do. Okay, bitch. You don't have no limits. You just don't want to hear what I got to say. You don't care how I feel about it. You just gonna force and impose yourself over here. Have I read your motherfucking email? You damn right I ain't read your motherfucking email. You better not send me one either. Cause it's going in the trash, you trash bitch. It's going in the trash. Don't send me no motherfucking email. Send me a cash app, bitch. Okay, you freeloading motherfucker. You want everything for free. You're not gonna use me for free, bitch. I'm not gonna be your dear Abby. Okay? You pay them motherfucking white people, pay me too, bitch. And then you go over to these other YouTubers and send them money, but they pretend like they don't need your money, but you still send them money. So, bitch, don't send no disrespect over here. Don't treat me with the disrespect, bitch. Okay, cause you don't value me. I value myself, and you hoping I don't see my value. Yeah, bitch, I'm valuable. Okay, you can't email me and get my motherfucking thoughts and dreams and aspirations for free. I'm not gonna counsel you bitches for free because your mammy neglected to do it. You're not gonna use me for free. Don't send me no motherfucking email. Send me a cash out, bitch. $ Carmen Kaboom. Okay, with that being said, and now that you a block bitch, let's talk about what we was talking about before we got so rudely interrupted by garbage ass hood rat bitch that's needing some motherfucking help. Okay, I'm not gonna help you bitches. I'm not gonna help you lost bitches. I want you motherfuckers to get the fuck away from me. That's what I want you to do. We don't have nothing in common. Okay? Garbage ass bitch. Keep on coming over here to my motherfucking page. And I keep on telling you, I don't fuck with you motherfuckers. Hard headed bitch. See, I gotta speak your language, bitch. This is the only thing that you understand. The cussing. Forgive me, Lord, for cussing. So now that I got that off of my chest, that thing. Woosa. Woo, somebody need to hear that beside Miss Rose. And things. Yeah. Yeah, when you come over here with the bullshit